Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today we're going to be talking about the friend zone and does it even exist? You'll hear a lot of guys complaining about women, about how they're always put in the friend zone, and women are so devious, they're so, hard to figure out. And me personally, I've never had a woman put me in the friend zone. Okay? There's a number of reasons why this happens. First of all, women will treat men that they're not sexually attracted to. There's no hope in hell for this guy to ever be in bed with this chick. But this woman will still love to talk to him, love to hang out with him, soak up his attention, soak up his time, soak up his money in a lot of cases, in most cases. And she'll be perfectly happy with it. Like who wouldn't? Who wouldn't like that? Someone to be their friend and pay for stuff and treat them really well. So of course, yes, there's a lot of men in women's lives that are just friends. These men try to weasel their way into a woman's pants when there's no hope in hell. She doesn't see this guy in that way. Of course she's not going to say like, I don't find you sexually attractive, just so you know. There's no hope in hell you're ever going to get in bed with me. Of course she's not going to say that. She's just going to keep on going, hanging out with this guy, going out for drinks with him, going out for dinners with him, going out for whatever with this guy, even though she knows like there's no way in hell that this is ever going to happen. But in the guy's thinking, he's just like, oh man, like I'm almost there, just a little bit more, a couple more dates, and she'll be mine. She'll be all mine. It's the guy's wishful thinking that, leads him to be tricked into like being friend zoned. Okay, you were never in the lover category. She never saw you as a person that she was going to get in bed with. A lot of times guys get confused because a woman will want to spend lots of time with them, and treat them really nice. But, nothing happens. She doesn't want to get physical with the guy. And in a lot of cases, the guy puts himself in the friend zone because he doesn't make a physical move. He doesn't try to touch her. He doesn't try to like touch her leg, touch her arm when he's hanging out with her. Because right away that communicates like, oh, okay, this guy is moving towards something physical. And it immediately puts you out of the friend zone and into a guy that's, wants to get intimate, wants to, have fun. If she doesn't see this guy as a serious, sexual threat, she'll be like, okay, like that's enough hanging out with you because I can see where this is going. I can see where this is leading. In which case, she'll probably make an excuse about not wanting to hang out with you. Okay, so that's in most cases, it's the guy like thinking that he has a shot with a girl that always from step one, she always saw this guy as a friend, never as a sexual threat. Okay, and in order to weed these women out, in order to see if this woman is seriously considers you as a sexual threat, is to invite her out, ask her out for drinks, whatever it is. Usually early on when you first met her, you don't wait months to finally ask this girl out. By that time, she's probably already forgot about you. I'll get into that in a minute. But yes, when you invite her out on a date and you touch her leg, you put your hand on her leg while she's talking, you get right nice and close to her, it's immediately going to be like, oh, okay, we're not friends. This is not a friendly little conversation. It's a sexual thing. It's leading down that road. So you never have to, worry about, am I in the friend zone? Or, when you touch her, it immediately knows what you're about. Now, there is also a case where women will find you sexually attractive being like, man, I want to get laid with this guy. I want to hook up with this guy. But for whatever reason, the guy doesn't take up. The guy doesn't follow through. He doesn't move things forward. He doesn't touch her. He doesn't escalate things. So eventually, this happens very quickly. A woman will see this guy as a sexual threat, and then she goes on a couple dates with him, and he doesn't move anything towards anything physical. And she's just like, oh, okay, I guess this guy really doesn't find me very attractive. So I'm going to look for greener pastures. I'm going to look for a guy that's more aggressive and a guy that really likes me, really finds me attractive. Now, this can also happen. I've seen it happen to guys in social circle. Let's say they work with a girl, or they go to the same school as a girl and have classes with her. And he never asks her out. They just hang out at work. And right away, like initially when they meet, this girl might be really physically attracted to the guy. Like, man, I hope this guy asks me out. I hope we can go out. That's what she's thinking. But the guy never does it. He just keeps on going to work. He just keeps on going to school with her. And over time, the woman just starts to give up. She's just like, okay, I guess this isn't happening. I guess he's not asking me out. So eventually she's going to be like, okay, this guy is no longer an option. I no longer think of this guy. I no longer dream about this guy asking me out. I no longer fantasize about the idea of hanging out with this guy. I'm going to look for someone else. This guy has blown his chance, and I'm going to look for a guy that's more aggressive and can lead the way. And that's what happens. A lot of the times guys will wait too long, just one more class, just one more day at work, and then I'll ask her. It's like, no, guys don't realize that when you first initially meet a woman, she's the most sexually attracted to you than she can ever be. Think about it. When you're with an attractive woman, a woman that you really find attractive, that first meeting is the most memorable. It's the most one that gets your heart racing, your blood pumping, and yeah, you're psyched. It's the same thing that happens with women. When they first meet you, that's when they're most attracted. They're like, oh man, I hope this guy asks me out. I hope we hook up. I hope I get to be his girlfriend. Whatever. That initial attraction is the most powerful. As more time goes by, that attraction dips. Same thing, let's say you worked with a really attractive woman. That first meeting is super powerful, but over time, you hang out with her a bunch, you stop feeling sort of like that, oh wow, she's so amazing, because you get to know her and you get to, realize what she's about. So guys, don't hold off revealing your cards and asking women out. Your best chances of success are firing off as soon as you meet her. Not waiting days, not waiting months, not waiting years to finally ask her out. The ship has sailed long ago. Okay, that initial attraction that you felt, you've got to act on it quickly. Because if nothing happens, a woman is just going to move on to the next. She's gonna be like, okay, nothing's happening here, on to the next one. And you're just sitting there dreaming about her now, what could happen? What's going to happen? Meanwhile, she's already out. She's moved on to the next. That is why it's way better to move faster than slower. It's way better to move too fast than too slow. You will miss a ton of opportunities. Women will often respect guys more that move too fast. She's like, whoa, you're moving pretty fast here. It shows that you have pre-selection. You're used to getting girls like her because you move so fast. You don't care if it scares her off. You don't expect that to happen. So right away she knows, this guy is aggressive. This guy gets chicks because he moves fast. He doesn't wait around oh, I won't touch her this time. I'll wait till next week. No, aggressive guys that get chicks move quickly. Women instinctively know this. She's like, man, this guy wants to hook up with me right away. He's moving this fast. It means he's comfortable doing this. He does this a lot. And that's what really attracts the women the most, is the fact that Other women want this guy. Other women get with this guy. It's how pre-selection works with women so well. They don't trust their own decision making. They rely on their peers, the market, to decide whether this guy is a good quality guy or whether he's just a guy that no girl wants and she's losing status by being with this guy. That is what scarcity does. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need help doing this, actually avoiding the friend zone by making yourself a sexual threat, I help guys do that. There's coaching links down below. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching.